All right, welcome everybody to our first official AMA of the party of the 1-year anniversary of Crypto Pharaohs. My name is Jimbo, DJ Imbo, all of the names, the Slice Masteroni. I'm so excited to jump into this AMA with Zeedz. Honestly, one of the most underrated projects on the Flow blockchain. So I'm super, super excited. Do we have the Zeedz members up on stage?
Present.
Yo,
Jimbo.
man,
Nice
how
to
the
be on
heck
the
are
other
you
side
today?
for once.
Oh, I know, right? Oh, yo, I'm so happy to have you guys on here. Again, thank you so much for taking your time. I know we got yourself and Ben up here, but why don't you do a little introduction? I know Ben's out there too. I just want to make sure he's able to speak. Ben, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, how's it going?
Amazing. Gentlemen, we just had a flawless tech transition. I shout out to the tech for once working for Jimbo.
We're trained
I just want to allow you
professionals.
guys a few moments to introduce yourselves, and obviously we'll jump right into Zeedz. Thanks for coming.
Well, thank you. Well, let me start then. Well, you all might know me. I'm a pretty well-known figure in the Flow community. My name is Jeroen, and you can all probably know me as Keukendeur. And I've been with Flow and with Zeedz since the jump, actually. So um, as since Zeedz got started, I've been working closely with the team as an ambassador, actually. Just keeping them up to date on all cool ideas and opportunities that were happening on Flow. And like about half a year ago, I built a stand at a physical event. That was the first Dutch NFT event. We spoke to the people about Zeedz, and yeah, it was quite a party to do so. So from that moment, I've always felt this deep connection with Zeedz, and I've been supporting them for so long. And like a month ago, we had this Zeedz week party at the office of Zeedz in Berlin, and I actually signed the contract and joined the team. So right now I'm part of the marketing team as a growth expert, and yeah, I'm glad to be in good company because Zeetz is definitely gonna kick some serious ass. So about me personally, I live here in the Netherlands, and I have a son of 5 years old and a girl, and well. We just had our Sinterklaas festivity, which is like the Dutch Santa Claus, and um, so we had a lot of gifts, and Santa Claus actually came by our house as well. And I don't want to spoil too much, but he left a little present also for the people here in this AMA. But we'll get to that in the end. So this is my short introduction.
Ooh, I like presents. Ben, Ben, we'll shoot over to you, my friend. How you doing?
Good, good, good. Thanks for the invite here. Yes, Santa Claus, Jeroen, that's how we felt at the Seeds team. When you said yes, you'd be interested in working for us. So so that's definitely something. Yes, we had a nice week in Berlin. So hi everyone. I'm one of the two co-founders from Zeedz, and I actually have quite the same background, maybe a lot of overlap with you, Jeroen, in a way that I was before affiliated with Dapper Labs or Flow. Basically, I worked for Dapper Labs for a while, and in that time, kind of came the idea together with my other co-founder Sven to come up with Seeds, and yeah, basically Seeds without kind of giving up too much in the beginning. But Seeds is all about combining blockchain gaming with sustainability, and that was kind of our way of approaching that. We said, well, we could be something like the NBA Top Shot of carbon removal credits if you want. That sounds a bit not so much fun as it is inside the game. But yeah, we kind of had enough from all those solutions and climate tech solutions that are not really fun, that are not really engaging, that are not really keeping the player or the user engaged. And so we said, hey, we can use blockchain for that, and we can use games for that. And so this is kind of what we're doing. We're calling this whole thing Play for Purpose. And until now, we're seeing a very strong community. Also, thanks to you, Jeroen, and to you, Valdis, who's also here in the audience. And yeah, maybe Valdis, you also want to say a few words about you.
Yeah, sure. Hey guys, thanks Jimbo for having us here. It's such a pleasure having so many people here on the stage and maybe actually spreading the word around Zeedz. So yeah, my name is Valdis. I'm the community manager for Zeedz. My background is also crypto, but not necessarily on Flow. I've worked on other projects before, also gaming communities, and my main focus is obviously on Discord. Growing the community, talking to them, gathering feedback, and just overall making it as smooth as possible together with June. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Not really much from my side.
You hold the record of solving the fastest tickets in the world, I think, my friend. So maybe that's another fun fact we should say about you as well.
Yeah, we love fast ticket solving here in the NFT world, let me tell you. That alone could be a make or break for your project, genuinely. I want to just dive right in. We have a lot of people in the audience that I've gotten DMs that they're very excited to hear more about Zeedz. Obviously you've been around for a while. You're an OG project. I remember Zeedz coming out. I wanted to chat a little bit about kind of that journey and how it's been, the trials, tribulations, amazing, milestones, stuff like that. Talk a little bit about the journey of Zeedz from start until now, and then we'll kind of dive into more details about the project itself.
Yeah, sure, definitely. So in the beginning, kind of Seeds was very much just an idea. So at the time when Sven and I reconnected, when I was working at Dapper Labs, we said, hey, what we learned from mainstream experiences like NBA Top Shot, as just triggered before or said before, that's what we wanted to use for climate action. And we thought as well that there are so many projects out there that use NFTs. But we thought, maybe we could also give some ideas and hints of how we can connect NFTs to the real world. And so that idea came up that, we can use the real world weather data to grow your NFTs. And that was very much at the basis of those first ideas. And in the beginning, it really just was Sven and me, and kind of coming up with the bare structure of that idea. And somewhere along the way, we met Alicia, and Alicia is our head of design, and she basically drew all those cute little seals that are so much at the heart of our company that people just really like and really want to own them. I remember going around at NFT NYC and handing out seed packs, physical seed packs, and people were just raving about it. So that was awesome. And then yeah, we had with the first drop that we had and the first kind of impressions on the game, a first white paper. We went out there and we said, hey, we have our first, Genesis drop, and that one sold out for 1.6 million and gave us the chance to build a team. And yeah, until now we have like constantly shipped this year. We have brought out our pack opening experience. We have brought out our marketplace. We have also published 2 apps that we have right now. So one for Android, one for iOS. That is now still in alpha. But basically there you can already see your seedles in the magic garden, plant them around the real world, and yeah, so that's where we are at the moment.
And building on Flow, that was probably a pretty easy decision considering you're, environmentally conscious and trying to really help this world. Can you just touch on, the importance of that, the eco-friendly and eco-conscious mindset, and why that's your passion and why that's so important to you as a project?
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, we have. I mean, we saw it with Ethereum and the merge, something that, I think about like the really the green turn of Web3, and just where we saw how how important that is as a topic for any project's longevity. You know, there's 10 other things that they could have prioritized first at the Ethereum team, but they did the merge, and that was something that was mind blowing for us. So it is very important in the general industry, in the general market. It is very important, ever more important in the crypto industry coming up now. I mean, we see things like refi coming up as well and really gaining traction. And so, as a project, it's really starting to, you really realize how that's something that we should think about when we design it. And it's probably not something that we thought about before, but especially now, right? In this market condition, it's good to have these thoughts. And Flow was perfect for this. I mean, Flow has a total energy usage, a yearly usage of like 0.18 gigawatt hours, which is, I think, the lowest that you can get right now. I don't have the full data on that one, but basically, that's something that is allowed also through like the multi-node architecture of Flow, making it fast, making it reliable, all that good stuff. Why we chose it, and at the same time, it's super easy for us. Just for our developers to use it as well. I mean, everyone who's here who wrote Cadence before knows that this is likely the future of how digital assets are being stored. Just having a language that really respects them as first-class citizens is something that is super important. So yeah, that's definitely something that I wanted to bring up here. And from the community, maybe Jérôme, you also, I mean, you're also close to Flow, right? Maybe you have
Definitely.
one or two words on
Yeah.
the fit of the community as well.
um, on the community side, yes, definitely. Well, I'm in a lot of projects actually, and a big fan of all kinds of projects at the moment. One of my favorites is Emerald City. When you look at what those guys are building for the community, I mean, you know that Jimbo, you got some really cool stuff going on in there. Um, and um, but there are not as many games as I would expect to be on Flow, but I do expect that to come in the near future. Right now, we have Dimension X and we have Zeedz, like the big players who are launching games on Flow. So yeah, those are the kind of projects that I really like because they bring a lot of fun and entertainment and also good utility to the NFTs as well. So um, that's why I think that's that just simply connects with the whole idea of the whole how do I say it, ideology of Flow. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, it's ironically enough you bring up Emerald. I was just chatting with Jacob in the back channels. They just rebuilt that Emerald bot verifier, and I'm just like, oh my god! I'm trying to set it up for the Party Favor Series 3 that'll be dropping here. Raven just dropped a great gift, but Jacob and what Emerald's doing, you're spot on, man. The same philosophy. And obviously, I want to jump into your game, but before we do that, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the artwork. It's so freaking cool. It's so friendly. It brings smiles to our faces. I love it.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the artist and kind of how the art's developing and stuff like that?
Oh, Ben knows all about the artist, but I think that well, you're completely right because to make this whole play for purpose is what we call it. To make that as attractive as possible. I mean, we have a lot of like these green projects building on blockchains, but they don't seem to be that attractive. I think you need some sort of entertainment and put a bunch of fun in it to make it appealing for people to jump in and to get motivated and to get stimulated in getting the world population into a sort of greener movement. I mean, we are doing stuff here in the Netherlands, for example. I see more windmills being placed, and people are like making the switch to drive electric cars, and plastic straws are being banned from restaurants. Um, well, talking about restaurants, yesterday me and my girl we had a date night and we went out eating at a restaurant. and that was built inside a greenhouse. They had their own veggie garden. They had solar panels on the roof, and they did like rainwater recycling. And at the end of the dinner, there was this magician who did a magic show. It was a dancing magician actually, who did ballet. And if it wasn't for that dancing magician, I wouldn't have gone uh, to that restaurant and learn about what that restaurant does to be as ecologic as possible. So there you see an example of how fun and entertainment is being mixed with educating the people into being more eco-friendly and making more eco-friendly choices. So, and I think that's the beauty of Zeedz on this one, and definitely arts. The art is super appealing, and that's actually what got me in the game in the first place. So Ben, could you just tell me something about the art? There's like one artist or two artists that we have, right?
Yes, we have
Yeah,
kind of like two major artists, but like the one perfectly described, by the way, Sharon. The one that really made a difference was Alicia from the beginning, kind of just exploring these characters, and as you said, I mean, climate change is something, or climate action is something that is so negative in our society. So it's much about things you shouldn't do, things you should definitely avoid. And we wanted to tackle it the other way around and say, hey, this is an open, positive world, and have really positive vibes only in this regard. And still, people can have fun, and it's totally okay. And people can play ourselves to try to flip their NFT. That's okay. That's definitely good. And they're very welcome, because by playing, they also do something better. So that's kind of the idea behind it. I wish we had Alicia here, and Anna, who's also supporting her. But that's definitely a huge part of our project, and we're so thankful that she chose to join our team as well.
You talked about the climate change, being kind of a negative connotation. I couldn't agree more. We actually just held an event a few weeks ago with Asoba DeFi. Are you guys familiar with that project?
yeah, yeah. I am.
Yeah. So we held Refi Meets the World, and we had panelists come up and talk. And honestly, it was very underrated. I mean, I had no idea what this event was going to be like, and it was eye opening to basically how we can all make such an impact if we took it serious, and we kind of put our foot down. We don't need to stop the world from turning, but we need to change our habits. And I think it's really, really incredible how you all have, you know, merge the world of entertainment and fun into helping, create life, create
Yeah,
seeds and plants. And so I just wanted to touch a little bit about, obviously, like surface level stuff. So if I buy a Zeedz, how does it work? How do I get involved, like from start to finish? If I mint one or buy one off the marketplace, can we talk a little bit about how I can impact the world using your platform?
Definitely, yeah. So ideally, you already have a seedle, right? Because that's how we call those small creatures from our Genesis drop. If you don't, well, you can get one on our marketplace. And word has it that there might be a small drop coming up in the
yeah.
future, but stay tuned
There's
for
a
that.
there's a link in the
Um,
sponsor info channel, by the way, for a survey. And if you fill in that survey, if we're gonna do a new drop, you'll get an invite to that. So that's something that you can fill in. I'm sorry, Ben,
I
for
almost forgot
skipping.
that, Joel. Thanks for pointing that out. Um, but yeah, it's totally okay if you also don't want to start with a seedle as well, because kind of we think ourselves as well as merging the people that are just onboarding to crypto with people that are in the space. So you can just download our app. You can set up your account. It's still gated by an alpha key, so you need to get that. But basically, then you're ready to get started. And presuming that you have bought a Seedle from the marketplace, because they're incredibly cute, and they will be your companions for a long time, you can then join into the app, and you can just care for your Seedle every single day. So just check in with it, kind of Tamagotchi style. Make sure you pet it every day. and then your friendship score increases. And the cool thing with the friendship score is it allows you to do many different things. But one thing is to have a better planting experience. And we do have a planting experience there where you can see the world map. And currently we have 7 different plots, and you can go into those plots and check out the real world weather of those locations. For example, we have one location in the Black Forest, happens to be where I grew up. It was actually coincidence that we had it. But you can just check out the weather and see how this is going at the moment, and then you can plant your seedle there. And then depending on your friendship score, you can plant it for 1 hour or maybe even a bit longer, up to 24 hours, and then it collects weather resources. And those weather resources you can use to do other cool stuff. And we'll have a next release coming out where you can then also compete with other users by who collects the most resources. And really, that is so impactful also in our community. I mean, Valdez, probably you could talk a bit about how this whole weather thing has kind of exploded in our community.
Yeah, sure. So actually, our community is very keen on taking statistics, which is insane. Like there is one guy who just every day updating stats about the game, whether how many resources you get in which place with which kind of Zeedle. It obviously depends on rarities and stuff, but most of the times the statistics that we have in the channels are really really precise, and props to that guy. His name is Tura. I don't think he's here, but still. So it's just opening up many conversations in the chats about how should I plant, maybe for 1 hour, maybe for 6 hours, and so on. And actually we have an event right now, which is basically you have to plant your Zeedle for 7 days in every single location, but unfortunately it's too late to participate already because it's been like a couple of days already. But we're actually gonna have more events, I think. I hope at least. And yeah, but that's super cool from the community side. We're having a good engaging chats between each other, which is super fun.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. Your community, right? How is do you feel like you have a very engaged community? And obviously, like, do you feel like the community is a part of that kind of that green eco conscious kind of mindset?
Um, so yeah, the thing is, currently we have a lot of members in Discord that were brought here like a year ago when we had the pre-sale for the NFTs, right? And some of them may have forgotten about their NFTs, that the game is coming out and so on. So most of those people are actually coming back in and just joining the chats. Maybe someone is following from the side, not really chatting, but currently we have a couple of really active members, and then we also have a lot of other coming in, of course, by like doing collaborations, AMAs, and that kind of stuff. We're looking to grow the user base for the game, which would help us a lot. And also currently, I wouldn't say the chat is like super active, but in the future it very well might be. But we'll see how it goes, I guess. So overall, the community is like super nice, to be honest. Like super supportive, helps out other people when I'm not like at my PC, but most of the times I am. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's all
And
kind of mixed, a mixed
sorry.
audience. I wouldn't say that it's all that all people in there are like activists. A lot of people are there just for the fun. There are people for the profit, of course. Um, but the game itself, well, what we're trying to achieve with the game is to turn that audience into here for purpose. So to educate them on whatever's going on with the world, and with the actions that they do. For example, if they buy a certain Zeedle or buy an item from our marketplace, um, or a sale, a certain percentage goes to the golden standard, which is a foundation that tries to knock out the CO2 emissions um, by planting trees and such. So um, that's actually what we're converting converting the fun into purpose. So and the game is for actually anyone to play, um, from young till old. That doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And maybe I could just quickly add about like the knowledge that we're planning to bring to the people that are actually playing the game, because our plans is basically building a huge wiki. Right now we only have like I think I don't know 30 articles. It's mostly about like how it works, so what you should do, where you should plant your Zeedle, and so on. But in the future we'll have like a full wiki with a lot of pages that could just for the people. They could go through the wiki, find the best place where to plant, and they actually understand how they're impacting uh, the actually ecological part of the game, how they're offsetting CO2 and so on, which is like super cool, I think, for the most people. If you're interested, then you could just quickly find the article and you'll instantly understand the game basically.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. So obviously, the game being on mobile, is it also on desktop as well, or is it mobile right now?
For
So
now,
it's
it's
only on
on
mobile,
mobile. Yeah.
and but there is a part to it that you can do over our platform, browser based. But the actual planting is happening inside the app. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. We
And then
decided to make it a mobile first game, so you can, like, anywhere you are, you can take care of your Zedo and do any action with it that you like.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
Are you kind of did you guys get a little inspiration from like the Tamagotchi era, like is that kind of like where
Yeah,
this kind of comes
that's
from?
right. That's right. I'm sure you've been a happy kid as well, right, Jimbo?
Oh yeah, well
With
I
all
was
those
happy until I ended up killing it every single time.
well, we've all had our childhood toys. For me, I'm a big Nintendo fan, as you can tell, and I played a whole lot of Pokemon on my Game Boy. And but before that time, you had the Furby and the Tamagotchi, and if you throw those in a blender and put some green sauce on it, yeah, you get something like Zeedz.
I just think it's so incredible your project and a few other projects that are trying to utilize what, Hussein and I talked about, right? Which is utilize the blockchain for entertainment, for artistic expression, but also to offset those carbon emissions that are causing this global warming and this temperature increase. So I just think it's super fun. And again, I just love the art, and you got these community challenges. It's like this lore that's built around with these images and stuff like that. I mean, do you just your artists, right? Like, are they just nonstop creating artwork? Is this something? Because obviously this isn't like a normal, just a PFP project. There's so much more artwork surrounding the Zeedles and the Zeedz brand that is this just constantly being pumped out, or I see so much content. I mean, is that a focus of you guys?
So definitely we put out a lot of different seedles, and actually that's our also favorite whenever we do our sprint demo. And sadly there were no new seedles being produced in the last few weeks because we had so much going on with the game itself, right? And all the game assets that you have to produce and stuff. But that is really one of the highlights in our sprint demo when kind of design presents the new seedles. And I mean, it's not like a PFP project where you can like, okay, there are many awesome PFP projects that have custom um, characters, right? But really nothing from seeds is like it's generated, right? So we don't simply just mix and match some things. We really generate all those seedles inspired by one plant in different evolution stages. So 1, 2, 3, 4, as you know from Pokemon, for example. And so yeah, that takes up a lot of time, but it feels like the design mill is running 24/7. Yes, definitely. And we also think that's like one of our strengths to have kind of this visual appeal. Which, funny enough, I don't know Valdis and Jeroen how you think about this, but at least in the beginning when Sven and I were just starting the first drop, we had many emails from parents who said, well, my kids just love Zeedz, and we like them very much as well, and it's such a cool stuff. So I decided to buy one. So it seems to us that it really appeals also to children, but at the same time is still something that is valuable and worth to own for older people, right? I mean, we have our awesome community. If you think about Crypto Marco, for example, I he's not your usual gamer, I'd say, and he's also maybe older than your usual gamer, but super into it. So it seems to attract to a lot of audiences in different age groups and different areas, right, Julian?
Definitely, definitely. I mean, well, now you mentioned Crypto Marco. He's one of the biggest Zeedz fans out there. Um, he actually even gave you a Christmas present, and I can share the tweet on that one here in chat. Um, he took the well as for the Zeedz game, you plant your Zeedle on the real world map, where real weather is actually affecting your Zeedle and the outcome of the resources that you get. And he took this map and he turned it into like a painting with magnets on it, for the Zeedz team to position the the Zeedles on, like in real life, on the map. And I'm sure it's got a nice spot in the office right now, Ben.
Oh yes, right over Sven's desk, so he can do some homework on planting.
Yeah,
You know,
so
needing to get better.
yeah.
Actually, you mentioned something that I was actually like segueing into. So you had that telepathic crypto pharaohs vibe, right? This is it can be very appealing to children too, and I think that that's a very interesting concept when it comes to NFTs. Obviously with Mattel coming on board to Flow, and having cryptoys, and I also there's a few other ones that are just slipping my head right now, but i- it's very important to think about these future generations, not just in the blockchain, and Hussein and I touched on in the opening remarks of i- you know encouraging artistic expression and creation, but I think it's really important for like knowledge to understand the effects of global warming and climate change and stuff like that, and very gently educate the public, and in a fun way. And so is that something you and your team talk about, of just like being cognizant that children may be using this platform, and how to go about with that education and entertainment, knowing that that's a possibility?
Definitely, yes, definitely. I mean, there's always still the problem of how do you onboard children to a game, and we are quite cautious about this, since you need to make sure, especially within the blockchain world, there's stuff that just then needs a whole other perspective on it. I mean, there are some awesome companies that are actually doing crypto wallets for children. So that's something that is definitely something we can explore. But yes, I think Jimbo, you hit a great point there. I mean, there's a new generation coming that, I mean, I remember when I when I grew up, the internet and computers were something that you were just getting started, right? But now we see basically them starting directly with games, with computers, with the internet, with platforms. And so also, maybe their toys will be the first thing that they have. Who says that a toy needs to be something of physical nature? And so that's, I think, just a perfect use case for blockchain, because yes, we all had our favorite characters in games, and we are probably proud of some achievements, but we wouldn't be able to retrieve them anymore, right? Especially as as we have, okay, maybe if you kept your Game Boy and your score from Pokemon at that time,
Well, there are
and
batteries
maybe
to
maybe
park
you,
them. So
Jeroen, have some have some great stuff there as well.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, you're the perfect example, Jeroen, right?
I
You
can tell a
liking
little about you.
Nintendo and having that, right? And just finishing that idea of, hey, I can keep that toy, I can keep that character, and for example, I can keep that Zeedle and that plant that I took a lot of time caring for, also in my adult life. But Um, yeah, maybe Jeroen, you have also something to share in that
Well, you,
regard.
you just mentioned the toys and the old Game Boy cartridges. I recently tried to play my one of my old Zelda cartridges, which has a and I knew that I had this save game onto the last level, but for some reason I couldn't like load up my save game because there's a battery inside which was apparently dead. The game is about 20 years old, and I wasn't able to restore that from that point. So there goes my progress. And same as the is for the Pokemon games as well. So um, what you see right now is trending like games like Minecraft and Roblox. Those kind of open world building games that kids like to play, or Fortnite. Um, but well, there's a lot of DLCs on those kind of games, and they really want you to buy those. But in the end, it's still in game. It's not on chain or in your wallet, and you're not able to sell it if you like to, or trade it and give it out to someone else as a gift. So that's what I think is the beauty of this game, that you're able to do such a thing.
And by the way, you also take, I mean, superb point, Jeroen, and also you take, of course, everything that you do with carbon offset. So you still have that CO2 counter, the carbon offset counter,
Yes.
which is basically just resembling whether your offset credits
Yeah.
with using your Zeedle, for example, purchasing it on a marketplace where we get a fee that for part we also put into carbon removal credits. And so that becomes like your actual CO2 fingerprint or footprint, sorry, of like, whatever you did 10 years ago and still play. So
Yeah,
yeah, but
it
I like
keeps
it,
a
Angle. We
record.
have so many toy-focused projects on Flow, and I think Jimbo, Dr. Seuss was probably one that you
Yeah,
also
Seussibles. Yeah.
thought about, right? The Seussibles, yeah.
And I love how you frame that of like, who says the kids have to grow up with toys, right? It's not necessarily just like these tangible objects that kids have to grow up with. It's just an emotional connection. And I think that a lot of like, back in the day, a lot of like, kids like platforms and TV shows and stuff, they they focused on learning, and I think that that's so important because at a child's age, that moldable mind is so important, and we have such a responsibility as a society to educate them properly. So I think it's awesome that you're taking on that responsibility and understanding and are cognizant and aware that that is something that you have the ability to affect. And obviously we're talking about the game, so I want to talk about the game. So just for layman questions, in order to be able to join the beta, is it just by owning a Zeedles, or how does it work to join the beta game?
Okay, I can tell you a little about that. Well, first of all, we're in alpha stage right now. The first, the release that we recently brought out is like the alpha, which is the petting of the Zeedles and the planting of the Zeedles. And the next phase is actually the beta phase, where we have the fighting and the evolving of your Zeedles. So we're currently in like the alpha 1, alpha 2 phase. And how does it work? Well, first of all, you would need an alpha key to get into the game. The alpha key is available on our marketplace or on third party marketplaces. Then you go to Zeedz.io. You like sign up with your email address, and one of the first questions there is, if you want to download the game, you need the alpha key. So the game is still an alpha, so uh, don't expect like a a full blown experience there, but you can follow us along the way, which is pretty cool, I think, because you're actually being part of the development as well, by giving suggestions and such. Um, so that's what you do. So you've bought the key. You actually use the key. You get to download the game, and then one of the first things that you'll see is like um, an oracle of the old Zeedle, um, who is telling you what's going on with the world and what you can do. as a Zeedle keeper to to make this world a better place. And you get to decide on which starter Zeedle you would like to pick. There are currently three starter Zeedles, which is a wind Zeedle, a wind seed. Sorry, I mentioned Zeedle, but it's a seed, a wind seed, a sun seed, and a water seed. So whatever you pick is going to be like your best friend through the whole journey. And from there, you'll be launched into the magic garden where you can take care of your Zeedle. You build up a friendship with your Zeedle, which actually uh, d- impacts your further outcome of the game or the further life of your Zeedle. And if you've petted your Zeedle, that's something that you can do like once a day, and your friendship will grow. So your connection with the Zeed or the Zeedle will grow on you. And from there, you can like go to the world map, select a location. You see the real world weather, and there you plant your Zeedle, for example, for an hour. And whenever that's done, you unplant your Zeedle and you receive resources. The resource can be used in later game for other kinds of cool purposes. Um, so that's what you can do right now. So yeah, first of all, you need an alpha key to get this first experience of the game.
And I think we
And you
might
don't
have a
even need a
chance.
real Zeedle NFT. I mean, the starter NFT is like totally in game, and you can use it right away.
So I think we might have a chance for some of our listeners and the people here to win a key. Is that true?
Well, yes, we're giving away 5 of these alpha keys, and well, we can throw in a little giveaway here, but it's not going to be easy. That's what I tell you. So first of all, I'd like to know from chat who's ready for this. Throw some fire in the chat. Um,
That's the best thing to say. You know how
hell
to
yeah!
work a Jimbo party. Let's go. Fire in the chat, baby. Let's go.
Okay, I see
Woo-wee.
some people there. So right. Um, okay, we got like 5 keys, but there's only one key per person to win. And I got my man Jimbo here. He has a couple of um, Zeedle, of like Zeedle images. And a first one who gets to guess the right name of the Zeedle wins a key. After you've won a key, you cannot like join in again. Um, and you can actually use these keys to get the first glimpse of the alpha version of the Zeedz game. So um, again, only one key per person can be won, and not sure if you all know what sources to use, but that's all up to you guys. I mean, we've been talking about Zeedz. There is this sponsor info page where you can find all kinds of information. So put on your detective hat and get your magnifying glass, um, and
Oh
try
yeah.
to find the first name of the Zeedle that's now presented by you by Jimbo actually.
All right. Yeah, I have the power. So I'm just gonna give you I'm gonna give you 69 seconds to go on your detective hunt and get some resources up. And I'm gonna drop the first image in the chat.
Yeah.
And like they said, you can't win twice. So
Yes.
once you win, you get stay out. So we're gonna go by
Yes.
the order in which I see them too on my Discord, and I will screenshot just so everyone understands that it's fair. So here we go. In the chat, here comes number one.
Okay. So in the chat room, I don't see it yet.
Boom.
Yes, there it is. Okay. I need the name, not the family. So, what's the
The
name of
name.
this Zeedle. And
Oh,
he's from the chestnut family. That's right. Yeah. Nom. I think Mad Max got the first one. Whoa,
Mad
he's fast.
Max
Yes.
winner.
Yes, winner.
I'm gonna give the winner roll to Mad Max. Congrats on the first key.
Congrats. So let's throw
All
in the
right,
second one. We got
here
5
comes the
keys.
second. Go, 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 go.
It's a radish. It's from the radish family. That's right. But what's the name? Yes, we got the winner.
There it is.
Semi-definite. You got yourself an alpha key.
Let's go. Good job. All right, number 3 coming in. Someone tell Darcy the secret or not.
this is going way quicker than I thought.
I know
People are
everyone's
using
on
these
it. They're on it.
resources. Yeah, they're on.
All right, here we go. Key number 3.
Yeah, Darcy, you gotta make some choices now. It's either soccer or Zeedz.
Oh, one of my favorites, this one.
Okay. Ah, sorry, Zaya. It's not cannabis, but you're close. You're close.
Who's getting this third one?
Okay, there's a winner. Doctor Who.
Ooh, Doctor Who.
Congrats with your alpha key. And welcome to the Zeedz family.
That's exciting. Awesome. Congrats, Doctor. All these great members of the community. I'm so happy to see them win. All right, we got number 4 coming in hot. Ooh, I like this one.
Oh,
Oh,
choice.
yes.
Oh, this is the. I have this one.
Yeah, this is a beauty. I don't have it, but I'd love to have it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
Darcy.
was quick.
Ooh. There's a
Ooh,
winner.
Darcy got that one, huh?
Darcy got it.
Wow, Darcy goes from asking how to find it to knowing it instantly.
Good one.
All right, we gave Darcy. All right, and last but not least, let's pull this up. Good luck, everybody.
Yes. This is our main protagonist.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
that's what we use in a lot of pictures.
Bingo. Zaya. But I
Hey,
know.
Zaya, representing the
Yeah.
1-year anniversary. Good job, Zaya. Let's go.
I know he's with Pharaohs, but yeah,
Oh,
he
everyone could
definitely.
win. Hey, look, I try to win my giveaways all the time. It never happens. So let
Like
me
you got
add.
second account or what?
Yeah, you know me. I'm actually a multi-account guy here. No, that's so exciting. So we have 5 new members. I went ahead and added all you to the winners roll. So please go into I won something. You'll see that new room and just go ahead and post that you won a beta key, and we'll make sure we get that to you. Hey, guys, what do they need to give us as a for wallet and info or anything like that?
Yeah, just your Blockto wallet, because Zeedz works with Blockto. And that's all.
Amazing. I actually checked my Blocto wallet. I have a Zeedz beta key from back in the day that I need to bust out. I'm excited to go and dive in again,
I
guys. It's
think I
been such a
passed that one to you a long time ago.
I think so. I think so. I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot I have this.
Yeah, there
We
was this
won't
one
say if
time
it
that
was
you were like begging for giveaways, so I just had to pass this one to
oh, we don't talk about those days.
you.
I'm still begging for giveaways, to be quite frank. No, gentlemen, I appreciate your time. It has just been so fun to chat with you. Again, one of the most underrated projects on Flow. I'm so excited to have this recording and put it up on the YouTube from the AMAs. People need to listen to this. People need to check this out because much like Crypto Pharaohs and a lot of the projects involved for the party today, you are innovative. You've been doing great stuff for a long time in the community and just in the ecosystem. And the artwork's incredible, the passion's incredible, the purpose is incredible, and the utility is incredible. So go check out Zeedz. Check them out under the sponsor info. And I want to give you guys just the last couple of minutes to do a call to action. How do people support you? Where do they go? And what we could look forward to out of Zeeds in the near future.
Okay, I'll kick off because well, the reason why I'm such a big fan of Zeeds is because of the possibilities that are like when I imagine what can be done with this whole concept, that's just huge. I mean, Europe aims to be like climate neutral in 2050, and we currently see this trend within our different layers of society where people and companies are making eco-friendly choices. And imagine companies partnering up with with Zeeds, and give out like a Zeed or a Zeedle whenever you buy a product or something. Um, this is a thing that can be quite huge, actually. So that's one of the things that I definitely like about this whole project, and I'm still happy to be with the team. And now that I joined, I'm definitely gonna be looking up those the connections with other flow communities and get it out there because you mentioned Jimbo that Zeetz is underrated, but I think we've been like working in the lab for a very long time. I mean, you can promote a project, but if you if you're not ready to show or to like come in with a bang, um, you need to like build your product first before you actually can uh, convince people on how cool this whole thing is. So yeah, um, that's it for me. I was very happy to be here. This was actually my first AMA, also for Zeeds, and yeah, thank you, Jimbo, for hosting this awesome event, and thank you, Crypto Pharaohs, and congratulations as well on the first anniversary. You guys are definitely one of the OG projects out there on Flow, and like Dark Eye said, seven artists working on such a project. That's great. I mean, the art is great, so that definitely shows that this has some serious potential. Um, really looking forward to what's next to come. So that's it for me.
Awesome. I'm so happy that you said that because it's true. If you building with the whole saying, if you build it, they will come. And you're doing just that. So keep focused, keep working. We look forward to keeping you as relevant as we can in the parties, in the AMAs and all that stuff. I can't wait to bring you back in a few months and see the progress you've made. Really excited. So go support this awesome project. Gentlemen,
Yeah,
such a pleasure. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on and thanks for giving away those keys. I'm gonna dive in
yeah,
and check out my beta key this weekend for sure and have some fun. So if you have
yeah,
any questions, these two are around for the party. So tag them, have some fun, and
definitely.
again, thanks,
We got
Seeds.
some events
Appreciate you.
coming as well. I mean, on the 8th of December, we got a Twitter Spaces event coming up with a Women Force NFT at Art Basel Miami, and we got the well, perhaps maybe the NFT drop series one, but you can always sign up on the forum and be up, be notified whenever it drops. So yeah.
And we'll a side note, I'm sorry, I should ask this. Are you guys heading to NFT NYC in April?
Oh, that's a question for Ben.
Hopefully, yes.
Well, we'll stay in those
hopefully are
back channel
just getting started.
conversations because I would love to partner and all the Party Favors sponsors throughout the last 3 events. We're gonna get together and try to do something really fun for the community. So let's stay in touch about that.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Let's do that. And thank you very much, Jimbo. It was a pleasure to be here today.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, John. Appreciate you guys so much. What we're going to do for everybody that's still hanging around, we're just going to take about a 5-minute break. I'm going to throw on some music, and then we'll have another awesome OG project in Barnyard Club coming on with Antoni. So stick around. Shout out Zeedz. Happy 1-year anniversary to Crypto Pharaohs. Enjoy some tunes.